This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. It is Thursday, August the 20th, 2026. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. We are your smart friends on the go. Let's cut right through the noise and get straight to what matters today.
We are starting with The Gist View. The biggest names in tech are sounding the alarm on their own products. We are talking about Sam Altman from Open Artificial Intelligence, Demis Hassabis at Google DeepMind.
They are aggressively warning governments about superhuman systems. They use scary, dramatic phrases like runaway artificial intelligence and rogue agents. It sounds exactly like a science fiction movie.
But this isn't a philosophical breakthrough. It is a calculated legal strategy. Let's look at who actually benefits here.
Exactly. When tech giants frame their software as an independent, conscious entity, they change the conversation entirely. They want lawmakers to focus on preventing a hypothetical robot apocalypse.
Why? Because it pulls attention away from very mundane, expensive problems. Things like standard product liability, copyright violations, and data privacy laws.
Think of it this way. If a self-driving car crashes into a wall, you sue the manufacturer for bad brakes. But what if the manufacturer convinces a judge the car suddenly developed its own free will?
Then it's no longer a software bug, it is an uncontrollable act of an independent agent. According to MIT Technology Review, this apocalyptic narrative serves as a highly effective regulatory bypass.
It limits their financial exposure. Now, to be fair, these frontier artificial intelligence models do exhibit unpredictable behaviours. Developers genuinely don't fully understand them yet.
But hyping up an existential threat creates a massive legal shield. It protects the incumbents from standard consumer protection laws by treating software like a force of nature.
Moving to our global overview, let's check in on the United States bond market.
The United States Treasury recently stepped in to buy back government bonds. The specific goal was to lower the yield on 30-year United States Treasuries.
For a quick refresher, the yield is simply the interest rate the government pays to borrow money. When yields go up, borrowing gets much more expensive.
This intervention, tied to Treasury official Scott Bessent, worked for a brief moment. Yields dipped down.
But the Wall Street Journal reports the relief was incredibly short-lived. Market fears quickly took over and yields bounced right back up.
Investors are balking at the sheer size of the United States national debt. They are demanding higher payouts to take on that risk. A simple buyback wasn't enough to calm those nerves.
Meanwhile, American consumers are feeling the economic pinch, and Walmart is reacting to it.
Walmart's stock just took a hit. Their sales growth slowed to a 6-year low, according to the Financial Times.
But here is the fascinating power play. Walmart recently received nearly $2.9 billion in tariff refunds.
Instead of pocketing that cash to boost their immediate profit margins, they are using it to fund price cuts.
Who benefits? Squeezed consumers get a break at the register, but for Walmart, it is all about protecting their territory. They are actively choosing to keep their massive customer volume rather than cash in on short-term profits.
Shifting gears to the European perspective, Christine Lagarde is sounding her own alarm today.
She is the president of the ECB, the European Central Bank. They manage the euro and set monetary policy for the region.
Lagarde warns that Europe is going to miss the artificial intelligence train. The main culprit? A deeply fragmented market.
Europe desperately wants to compete globally, but the 27 member states are putting local regulatory fiefdoms ahead of a unified digital market.
We talk about resource flows a lot on this show. Right now, European startups are pouring their limited capital into compliance costs, not innovation.
That starves them of the scale they need to grow. Brussels writes comprehensive, overarching rules, but harmonising digital, labour and capital laws across 27 sovereign democracies is painfully slow.
And local politicians move slowly to avoid backlash from their domestic industries, so the fragmentation continues.
Speaking of critical resources, Europe is in a desperate race for energy. They are trying to refill natural gas storage before winter.
But they have hit a major roadblock. LNG cargoes are diverting away from Europe.
LNG stands for liquefied natural gas. The gas is supercooled so it can be transported on massive ships rather than piped over land.
Euronews reports that those ships are heading to Asia instead. Asian markets are simply paying higher prices, so the ships go where the money is.
Add in supply chain disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz, and European gas prices are surging back up.
The stakes right now are literal life and death. Extreme weather has battered the continent this summer of 2026.
The demographic costs are tragic. In Italy, the health ministry reported an 8% increase in deaths among people over 85 during the July heatwaves.
The data in Germany is just as staggering. Il Sole 24-hour reports 14,000 deaths linked to the severe summer heat. Securing the energy to power cooling systems is no longer just an economic issue, it is a severe public health crisis.
So, taking the temperature of today's world, tech giants are spinning sci-fi tales to dodge real-world liability. Global markets are sweating under massive government debt, pushing massive retailers to slash prices just to keep shoppers. And in Europe, a fragmented economy is stalling innovation, right as extreme heat and energy bidding wars exact a heavy human toll.
That is the gist of it. If this breakdown helped you connect the dots today, we would love for you to join our community. You can get our daily newsletter delivered straight to your inbox completely free.
Just tap the subscribe link right there in your show notes. No hard sell, no spam, just the edge you need in a shifting world. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.